Sound like check, check, check. This video is all about how do you go from feeling anxious to being starting again. Pause. This video is all about how do you go from feeling anxious to being anchored. And we're going to show you 5 breath and body hacks for instant presence. Okay, because when you get your body on board and your nervous system on board, these things can change that fast. Okay, so often people tell me they feel small in a room, or they feel like they're nervous before meetings or before phone calls, or their nerves stop them from doing things, or just plainly feel discomfort more time than they would like. Okay, so these 5 breath and body hacks we're going to show you in the next 10 minutes or so are designed to help you get present in your body in about 90 seconds. Okay, because anxiety kills presence. And presence is one of the best things the authentic masculine can give to the world. I firmly believe we need more masculinity in the world, not less. We need more of all of it. We need more of it embodied, and presence is the hallmark of it. Okay. So I had a speech impediment. So I used to get really nervous before meetings or before phone calls or before presentations or before I had to talk to almost anyone because I was nervous if I could get my words out, okay? And then, I went to speech therapy. I tried lots of things that gave me techniques which somewhat helped, but it wasn't until I learned that I could get my embodiment level change somehow that it really transformed, okay? And how we can activate and transform our physiology. So that's what I want to show you. These are going to be fast, reliable, and they're absolutely science-backed. In the next 7 minutes, I'm going to teach you 5 practical breath and posture hacks, if you will, that you can use before a meeting, a date, before you get on an important phone call, before you write an important email, because when our posture and our nervous system is different, we think differently, right? And how you can get in your body and feel anchored immediately. That's our goal here, okay? So why your body matters. The science shows that our body leads our mind. I've had at this point in my career, 20 years experience in the chiropractic world. I've seen over 100,000 patient visits myself, okay? I stopped counting at about 100,000 when my ego was satisfied. So, what we know categorically that our body leads our mind. So, if someone's posture is in a certain shape, and this is, by the way, why we decide who to hire in an interview so quickly, because we all know that someone's posture tells us what's going on inside, the quality of how they think, how they feel, and how they act. Okay, when you change your breath and your posture, your nervous system follows. So, we can take advantage of this to get our breath and posture into states that support what we want to produce. They're quick, vagal, so we use this big nerve down the front of the body. You don't need to go, fully into that, and it's grounding. Okay, and when we're grounded and present in our body, we're more confident and clear. It's not like a breathing exercise for yoga. It's not that. This is like a practical presence tool. Okay, and we're going to have something in your toolbox you can pull out whenever you need to. Okay, so there are 5. Number 1. We're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and out for 8. Okay. And the reason we do that, we repeat that 3 times. This one slows the heart rate and it creates calm. Okay. So if your lungs are challenged or you've had asthma, you can exhale for 6 seconds. So in for 4, hold for 4, release for 8 or 6. Okay. And you do that 3 times. And what it does, okay, it's when you need to just calm yourself down and get more present in your body, kind of like I'm doing now. Okay, and I've done it so many times that I don't need to do the exercise all the time, but that's what it does. The second one is what we call a high chest anchor. Okay, that means we want to activate our upper chest. By the way, if you go to the gym, we know if you exercise your chest and your shoulders and your upper traps, like this quadrant of the body, it boosts testosterone more than other areas. Not that you should ignore the other areas, of course, but it's a very powerful area for the masculine. Okay, so you want to lift your chest slightly. So imagine you've got, something pulling you here, like pulling you up and forward. Pull your shoulders back, tuck your chin a bit, right? So I'm opening here, okay? So the opposite of this posture, okay? And you want to breathe into the upper chest for 20 seconds. So you're really expanding it. Now I'm exaggerating for clarity, but what this will do is it'll expand your presence. Okay, it will prevent this collapsed posture, which reduces your feeling of authority and reduces your confidence and reduces your sense of who and what you are. So we want that expanded so that it sits, lifts the heart, lifts the chest, lifts open the solar plexus, and it says, "Here I am." right? Here I am. I deserve to be here. I know who I am. I know what I'm made of. I know what I'm here for, right? Number three is to get you more grounded and rooted. A lot of people, especially with their meetings or on their phone or on their computers, energy ends up in the head and we end up kind of literally up here. So you want to get grounded and rooted because that tells people, I'm here, you can trust me, you can lean into me. Huge in our intimate relationships, by the way, because if you're grounded and rooted, someone will feel more emotionally safe with you. If you're in a sales meeting and you're trying to convince a client you can deliver, and you truly, I'm assuming you have the integrity that you can deliver, if you're grounded, they're going to feel like, yeah, he can or she can deliver on what he's talking about. Okay. So the way we do this is feet shoulder width apart, press your feet into the ground. Okay. So you want to exaggerate pushing down. Okay. You want, you can slightly bend your knees just so you're not locking your legs. Okay. Imagine your spine is lengthening. So pushing down and lengthening. And you do that for 10 seconds. Okay. So it doesn't take long. Okay. But what it does is it grounds your body by something called proprioception. And proprioception is how our body knows where it is in space. So if you push it into the ground and lengthen it at the same time, all of a sudden you're rooted, you're grounded, you're here. Okay. And then number four is what we call a straw lip exhale. Okay. So it's either, or you can put the tongue on your roof of your mouth, or you can purse your lips. Okay. The idea is that you exhale slowly through a small opening, like a straw, for 10 to 15 seconds. And this really engages our parasympathetic, gets us out of fight or flight, and it calms our voice down. Okay, so when we're in that calmer place, we think more clearly, our cortisol level drops, our brain is racing less, we make decisions more effectively, we are less emotionally reactive. Although we can still make our point and express ourselves authentically. Okay. And then finally, what I call the power pause. Okay. Excuse me. This one takes 10 seconds. So before entering, say, a meeting or before you're about to write an important email or have an important phone call or go on a date, right? You take a 3 second inhale. Okay. You hold and then you step in and then you have a soft exhale. And then you open your palms. Okay. Open your palms down. Okay. So 3 second inhale, hold, soft exhale, palms. Open your palms up, so as in you're turning them out or you're placing them down. And when you do that, it tells your nervous system, get steady. It resets your intention. Okay, so it kind of clears and resets your system. It's like a pause so that you go, okay, I'm entering this meeting for this intention. I'm on a date for this reason. Okay, I'm going to be with my children, so I want to be present, or whatever it is you choose that your intention is. Okay, so but we do need, especially when we're transitioning from, say, one activity to another, this pause is really helpful just to give you a reset and just to remind you when you go into that space or that situation, you've got a different intention. So here's a quick combo routine. Okay, you can do start with the box breathing, so 4-4-8. Then you can do the grounding and rooting, pushing, lifting. You can do the high chest anchor, 20 seconds, straw lip, power pause, go, right? So it only takes 90 seconds, okay? You can amplify this by touching your heart or your solar plexus and breathing underneath your hand. So the reason it amplifies it is the moment you touch your body, there's more of your brain associated with what you're doing. So you more neuronal activity, more presence, basically, more attention is focused on what you're doing. And we know energy plus focused attention changes brain architecture, makes this more normal, makes it your baseline, meaning you'll find yourself doing it without even having to try, but only if you condition your body and your nervous system to do it, only if you get it embodied. Otherwise, it's just a nice idea. A mantra, if you like that, you can say, I inhale presence, I exhale tension, my breath is my anchor, my stillness is my strength. And that feeling in your body will produce an authority that other people just are magnetically drawn to. Okay, so as I said a few times, use it before a meeting, a date, a presentation, any moment you need, before you're with your children or your loved ones, your family, any moment you need more presence. Okay, make it a micro habit. Three deep. If you do that like 3 times a day, that 90 seconds ritual 3 times a day, it's going to condition your nervous system to perform and function the way you want it to. Okay, so troubleshooting. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, slow down your breath and reduce the hold time. And if your posture feels fake, Soften and breathe into your body, okay, and shake it out. Don't you? It doesn't need force. If it feels fake, you're probably trying too hard and you're probably pushing your body too hard. Our body naturally wants to go into that upright position because it feels good and it's more energy efficient. So we can do this right now, okay? So we can do the box breath with me. So you're going to inhale for 4. It goes like this. Hold for 4. I'm going to exhale for 8. It's that simple, right? And you do that 3 times. And already I feel calmer. My voice register has changed. You can hear, yeah, I feel more settled into my body. Okay. So people, when they do this, report increased authority, calmer decision making, um, better voice tone. You can hear my voices change, right? And it doesn't take long. That power, that authority is there inside you. It's waiting to be called upon, but you do have to activate it, right? You do have to anchor it. So type anchor in the comments if you did the breath. Let me know what you found and what you noticed. I love reading those. I love seeing how it impacts people's lives. That's why I'm doing this after all. And if you want more in-depth coaching on presence and your voice, there's a link below. Tap it, have a look and see what our instant authority course is all about. I hope that you've enjoyed this and I really look forward to seeing you in future videos.